Mr. President, and I use that term loosely, I'm praying for you. Your failure to act responsibly and decisively as a leader of the free world has led to more innocent and unnecessary bloodshed. In the last 48 hours, the world has witnessed a callous and uncaring America on the world stage under your leadership. Let me take you back a little. I know you remember this because you're older than I am. But on April 29th, 1975, my 5th birthday, I'm sure I much rather would have been outside playing with my friends. But that's not what happened. Instead, I was sitting on my father's lap as he sat in his chair in our family living room. He was a Vietnam veteran, a Marine, and his eyes were glued to the TV. As some sort of a surrogate for a teddy bear, I guess, he had me. We watched together as wave after wave of helicopters transported American citizens out of Saigon. I prayed that I'd never see it again. But yesterday, I did. In Afghanistan. Yes, from 1975, let's go forward to 1993, where an American soldier was dragged through the streets of Mogadishu by terrorists. I was in Mogadishu when that happened, and I prayed that I'd never see it again. But yesterday, I did. As a dead Afghan army soldier was somehow victoriously dragged through the streets by the Taliban. That blood is on your hands, Mr. President. And in some sick, twisted irony, on 9/11, our hearts broke as the world watched people knowingly and willingly as they leapt to their death, as opposed to being burned alive. I prayed I'd never see that again. But today, I did. I watched horrified, asking God's mercy for those who clung to the outside of an outbound American aircraft, ultimately falling to their deaths on the tarmac in Kabul. That image is your lasting legacy. And I say again, Mr. President, that blood is on your hands. I'm retired from the U.S. military, and I've had good leaders and bad leaders. But Mr. President, your incompetence has led to the culmination of some of history's worst tragedies, enabled to be rekindled in a single failure of epic proportions. Though I did so hesitantly, I listened to your entire speech today. Nowhere in it did I hear a shred of accountability. Nowhere in it did I hear any real support for your own troops and the untold amount of 9/11 level events that never happened because of their hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. No, didn't hear it. But here's what I will say. After supporting international abortion through its funding, combined with your Saigonistan failure, by my math, you're responsible for more deaths than any dictator in the history of the world. Congratulations, Mr. President. All of that blood is on your hands. This is a stain on our national honor, and you should tender your resignation immediately. To the Afghan people, our interpreters and their families, you are loved, appreciated, and have stood shoulder to shoulder with America's finest. You fought and died right beside our people, and that will never be forgotten. I'm Ron Breland, University of Mogadishu, class of '93, Kosovo College of Anti-Genocide, and University of Ramadi, School of Counterterrorism, Al Anbar campus.